Let's talk about Arusha, a fast-growing city in Tanzania that's dealing with a huge mystery. Almost half of its clean, treated water is just vanishing before it can even get to the tap.
I mean, just look at this. This really gets to the heart of the problem. It's a question that affects hundreds of thousands of people every single day. So where is all this water going?
Okay, so here's the setup. Arusha is this vibrant, booming city, but all that growth has created a really dangerous paradox. The more the city grows, the worse its water problem gets.
And that brings us to this number, 47%. That's almost half. Nearly half of the city's clean water is just gone. This isn't just a tiny leak, it's a massive problem. There's actually a technical name for this. It's called non-revenue water.
So, what exactly is this non-revenue water, or NRW? Let's dig into what's actually causing this huge loss, because it's not just one simple thing. It's a whole bunch of issues all tangled together. The simple definition is this. It's all the water that the city cleans and pumps out, but never actually gets paid for. It just gets lost somewhere between the treatment plant and your house. And this chart, wow, it really breaks it all down. You can see leaks from pipes are the biggest single problem, making up 30%. But get this, right behind that, unauthorized connections. We're talking about straight-up water theft, and that's almost a quarter of the entire problem. Then you have things like faulty meters, overflows, and even corruption making up the rest.
So a big part of this is just physical loss. We're talking about really old pipes. Some of this infrastructure dates all the way back to the 1960s. You can imagine, they're old, they're corroded, they're bursting. And remember, every single drop that leaks out is water that's already been treated. It's just gone.
Then you've got the other side of the coin, commercial losses. Now this isn't about rusty pipes. This is about people who are hooking up illegal connections, messing with the meters, or using gear that doesn't measure how much water they're really using.
Okay, so the problem is huge and complicated. How do you even begin to fix it? Well, Arusha's local water authority, AUWSA, turned to a pretty powerful tool, data. They came up with this really smart three-step strategy. First, they built these dashboards to actually see where the water was going. Second, they started isolating different parts of the pipe network and putting meters on them. This let them track water flow in specific neighborhoods. And finally, armed with all that data, they could go in and fix the worst pipes first. Super strategic. And did it work? You bet. Get this, an 83% drop in the leakage rate in the very first area they fixed. That is a huge win, and it proves this data-first approach really works.
But here's the thing, even with that incredible success, fixing leaks, well, it's only part of the story. The real problem in Arusha, it turns out, goes much deeper than just the pipes under the ground. Just take a look at this chart for a second. It's showing how much water is coming out of the city's boreholes over time. See how it's consistently dropping? This is pointing to the real long-term threat, the actual sources of water. They're starting to run out.
And that's the scary, bigger picture here. The city is basically pulling groundwater out of the earth faster than nature can put it back in. The projections are pretty grim. Water levels could drop by as much as 75 meters by 2050. That's a massive problem for the city's future.
And you know, a crisis like this never hits everyone the same way. If you have money in Arusha, you can drill your own well or just pay for water to be trucked in. But for poorer residents, they often have to rely on public water kiosks, and sometimes the piped water only works a couple of days a week.
You know, what's happening in Arusha isn't just about one city. It's really a warning for growing cities all over the world. So it leaves us with this huge question. As our cities get bigger and our resources get scarcer, how do we build a future where everyone, not just the people who can afford it, has access to the most basic thing we need to survive?